This ALS Reviewer video is focused on the Learning Strand 2, Critical Thinking on module about the proper use of electricity. Para masiguro nating may matututunan kayo sa video na to, maganda ng ballpen o pencil at notebook o paper para sa inyong mga sagot at para sa mga susunod pang reviewer videos. Let's start with the first question. Electric cables are primarily made of copper. Which of the following properties makes copper a suitable electric cable? Electric cables are primarily made of copper. Which of the following properties makes copper a suitable electric cable? 1. Can be flattened. 2. Shiny. 3. High density. 4. Good conductor. A. 1 only. B. 1 and 4. C. 3 only. D. 2 and 3. Okay, the answer is letter B, 1 and 4. Copper is a suitable electric cable because it can be flattened. Copper is malleable, meaning it can be hammered or pressed permanently out of shape without breaking or cracking. It is also ductile, thus it can be drawn out into a thin wire. Ang mga electrical wires ay may iba't ibang cross-sectional areas. Merong solid wire na makapal o malaki ang cross-sectional area, o fine stranded wire na manipis o maliit ang cross-sectional area. Since copper is malleable and ductile, it can be drawn into thick or thin wires. And copper is also a good conductor of electricity. Number 2. Which of the following is not an electric conductor? Which of the following is not an electric conductor? A. Steel. B. Aluminum. C. Copper. D. Glass. Okay, the answer is letter D, glass. Glass is not an electric conductor. Steel, aluminum, copper are electric conductors, so as the bronze, brass, and cast iron. Okay, so what are conductors? Conductors are materials or substances which allow electricity to flow through them. They conduct electricity because they allow electrons to flow easily inside them from atom to atom. Conductors have free electrons on its surface, which allow current to pass through easily. This is the reason why conductors are able to conduct electricity. Metals, humans, earth, and animals are all conductors. This is the reason we get electric shocks. Moreover, the human body is a good conductor. Number 3. What type of materials are resistant to the flow of electricity? What type of materials are resistant to the flow of electricity? A. Current. B. Conductors. C. Inductors. D. Insulators. The answer is letter D. Insulators. So what are insulators? They are materials or substances which resist or don't allow the current to flow through them. Okay, number 4. Which of the following is an insulator? A. Rubber sole. B. Aluminum wire. C. Copper coin. D. Steel paper clip. Which of the following is an insulator? A. Rubber sole. B. Aluminum wire. C. Copper coin. D. Steel paper clip. Okay, the answer is letter A. Rubber sole. Okay, wood, cloth, glass, mica, and quartz are some good examples of insulators. Also, insulators are protectors. They give protection against the passage of electricity. Furthermore, insulators don't have any free electrons. It is the main reason why they don't conduct electricity. Number 5. Why are insulators important? Why are insulators important? A. They provide power for electric circuits. B. They help conduct heat. C. They help the flow of electricity. Or D. They are used to protect us from electricity. Okay, so the answer is letter D. Insulators protect us from electricity. That's the reason why gumagamit tayo ng insulators dito sa may electrical wire para maprotektahan tayo sa pag-flow ng current from the live wire. Number 6. What energy transformation takes place when you turn on an electric lamp? What energy transformation takes place when you turn on an electric lamp? A. Chemical to light plus heat. B. Chemical to electrical plus heat. C. Mechanical to light plus heat. Or D. Electrical to light plus heat. The answer is letter D. Okay, electrical to light plus heat. Electrical devices or appliances transform electrical potential energy into other forms of energy. Like in this question, every time you turn on the electric lamp transforms electrical energy into light, then heat. Okay, kaya umiinit yung bulb. Okay, number 7. Okay, what energy transformation takes place in a hair dryer every time Jonah uses it when grooming her hair? What energy transformation takes place in a hair dryer every time Jonah uses it when grooming her hair? A. Electrical energy into chemical energy. B. Electrical energy into thermal energy. C. Chemical energy into mechanical energy. D. Thermal energy into mechanical energy. Okay, the answer is letter B. Electrical energy into thermal energy. Okay? So, alam naman natin kapag pinlug natin ang hair dryer, okay, ang binoblow ng air ay mainit. Number 8. How many kilowatts are in 70 watts? How many kilowatts are in 70 watts? Okay, so take note that 1 kilowatt is equal to 1,000 watts. Okay, so to convert 70 watts, okay, multiply that to this. 1 kilowatt is 1,000 watts. Cancel. So 70 times 1 is 70. Divide by 1,000 is 0.07 kilowatt. So the answer to this is letter A, 0.07 kilowatt. Okay, number 9. What is the equivalent value of the 2,000 watts power rating of electric stove to kilowatts? What is the equivalent value of the 2,000 watts power rating of electric stove to kilowatts? Now you know that 1 kilowatt is 1,000 watts. Okay, so to convert 2,000 watts to kilowatt, let us do the same process in number 8. Let's multiply 2,000 watts with 1 kilowatt over 1,000 watts. Cancel. 2,000 times 1 divided by 1,000 is 2 kilowatt. Okay, so the answer for this is letter C. Okay, 2 kilowatts. Okay, number 10. How many electrical energy is consumed by a 70 watts television that is used for 10 hours? How many or how much electrical energy is consumed by a 70 watts television that is used for 10 hours? Okay, number 10. How much electrical energy is consumed by a 70? Okay, number 10. How much electrical energy is consumed by a 70 watts television that is used for 10 hours? How much electrical energy is consumed by a 70 watts television that is used for 10 hours? Electrical energy is equivalent to power consumption, which is expressed in kilowatt hour. That is why kilowatt hour is defined as a measure of electrical energy equivalent to a power consumption of 1,000 watts for 1 hour. So, with that, we can say that power consumption is equal to the given power rating of the electrical appliance times the time of using that electrical appliance. Okay, so the power consumption is usually expressed in kilowatt hour. So the given power rating of the television is 70 watts. So we have to convert that since the power consumption or electrical energy is expressed in kilowatt hour. So we have to convert the 70 watts to kilowatt. Okay, just multiply 70 watts with this. 1 kilowatt is 1,000 watts. Okay, so we have 0.07 kilowatt. Okay, so note that 70 watts is equal to 0.07 kilowatt. Okay, now let's compute the electrical energy or power consumption. So the power rating of the television is 70 watts or 0.07 kilowatt. So bakit kailangan natin i-convert yung watts to kilowatts? Because the power consumption is expressed in kilowatt hour. Okay, times the time of the given time in using the television is 10 hours. So 0.07 times 10 hours is 0.7 kilowatt hour. So this is the power consumption of using the 70 watts television for 10 hours. So the answer is letter B. Okay, let's move on to number 11. Okay, so what is the power rating of an oven that uses 5 kilowatt hour of energy in 2 hours? What is the power rating of an oven that uses 5 kilowatt hour of energy in 2 hours? So this time, we have to compute for the power rating of the oven toaster. Okay, so binigay na dito yung power consumption or the electrical energy used by the oven toaster for 2 hours. Okay, so the given are . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . the power consumption (5 kilowatt hour), and then the time of use is 2 hours. Okay, so we're looking for the power rating of the power rating of the oven toaster. So from the formula, power consumption is equal to the product of the power rating of the electrical appliance times let's just say time. Okay, so therefore, to compute for the power rating, okay, so this will be, let's divide both sides by time. Okay, so alam ko na pag-aralan nyo na to kung paano kayo mag-derive ng equation or mag-transform ng equation to have an equation for the unknown quantity. So time is cancelled. Okay, so we now have power consumption over time equals power rating. But the standard format for the equation is power rating equals power consumption over time. The given power consumption is 5 kilowatts, 5 kilowatt hour. 5 kilowatt hour divided by 2 hours. Okay, so R is cancelled. So 5 divided by 2 is 2.5 kilowatts or 2,500 in watts. Okay, let's check the options. Okay, so the answer is 2.5 kilowatts, and that's letter B. Okay, let's now move to number 12. How much time did you play video games if the PS4 uses 120 watts of power and you use a total of 16.5 kilowatt hour of energy? How much time did you play video games if the PS4 uses 120 watts of power and you use a total of 16.5 kilowatt of energy? So let's identify the given in this problem. So the power rating of the PS4 is given. Let's use a black pen. Okay, the power rating is 120 watts, or in kilowatts, so just divide this by 1,000, 0.12 kilowatt. And then the energy or power consumption of using that PS4 is 16.5 kilowatt R. So, gaano katagal ka naglaro ng PS4 in which the power rating of the PS4 is 120 watts or 0.12 kilowatt na ang naging power consumption mo of playing or using that PS4 is 16.5 kilowatt hour. So, from the equation, power consumption equals power rating times time so from this equation, power consumption equals power rating times time. Let us transform this equation or derive an equation for time. So we can do that by dividing this by power rating para makancel yan. So kung anong ginawa natin sa isang side ng equation, yun din dapat ang gawin natin sa other side. Tandaan natin, since ang objective natin ay to solve for time or to derive an equation for time, so dapat maiwan sa isang side ng equation ay time. So dapat ma-eliminate natin yung power rating. So to do that, divide this side of the equation by power rating, and so as the other side of the equation. And then the standard format for the equation, the unknown value is on the left side of the equality sign, and then the given or known values are on the right side of the equality sign. So time equals power consumption over power rating. Okay, sundan nyo lang yung ginagawa ko. So, ang power consumption dito na binigay ay 16.5. So, eto yung na-consume na electrical energy for using the power or the PS4 with 120 watts power rating. The question is, gaano ba katagal ginamit ang PS4 para makapag-consume ng 16.5 kilowatt hour power or electrical energy. So, divide by 0.12 kilowatt. Okay, 16.5. Let's use the calculator. 16.5 divided by 0.12 is equal to 137.5 hours. So, ganito katagal. Okay, kang naglaro ng PS4. Okay, 137.5. So, the answer is letter C. So, ang tanong niyan, gaano kalaki ang magiging electric bill mo? Okay, number 13. A 46-inch LED TV has a power rating of 70 watts. What would be its power consumption if the TV was used for 4 hours? A 46-inch LED TV has a power rating of 70 watts. What would be its power consumption if the TV was used for 4 hours? Okay, so power consumption is equal to the power rating in kilowatt times the time of use. So, let's just convert 70 watts to kilowatts. Alam nyo na yung gagawin nyo. So, 70 divided by 1,000. So, that's equal to 0.07. So, 70 watts is also equal to 0.07 kilowatts times the time for equals 0.28 kilowatts. So, the answer here is letter A. Let's move on to number 14. A desktop computer has a power rating of 450 watts. What would be its power consumption if you use it for 3 hours? Okay, again, we have to convert the power rating in watts to kilowatts. So 450 or 450 divided by 1000 is 0.45 times the time, 3 hours, times 3 equals 1.35 kilowatt hour. So the answer for number 14 is letter D. Number 15. A small office is run for 8 hours. In the office, there is an air conditioning unit with a power rating of 1,400 watts, a computer with a power rating of 450 watts, and a fluorescent lamp with a power rating of 45 watts. What would be the power consumption of the office for an 8-hour duration? A small office is run for 8 hours. In the office, there is an air conditioning unit with a power rating of 1,400 watts, a computer with a power rating of 450 watts, and a fluorescent lamp with a power rating of 45 watts. What would be the power consumption of the office for an 8-hour duration? So first, we have to know the total power rating. Okay, total power rating. So 1,400 plus 450 watts plus 45 watts is equal to 1,895 watts. Then convert this to kilowatts. So just divide this 1,895 watts by 1,000. So this is equal to 1.895 kilowatts. And then the time is 8 hours. So to get the power consumption, let's just get the product of the total power rating and then the time. So 1.895 times 8. So that is equal to 15.6 kilowatt hour. So the answer for number 15 is letter B. Okay, 15.16 kilowatt hour. Okay, now let's move on to number 16. Okay, this is about computing the electric bill. So ang mga electrical company, charge tayo dun sa electrical power consumption natin. Okay, so when Mr. Haniel received his electric bill for the month of November, his total electric power consumption was 108 kilowatt hours. If the electric power company charges 5.19 pesos or 5 pesos and 19 centavos per kilowatt hour, how much was Mr. Haniel's electric bill? When Mr. Haniel received his electric bill for the month of November, his total electric power consumption was 108 kilowatt hours. If the electric power company charges 5 pesos and 19 centavos per kilowatt hour, how much was Mr. Haniel's electric bill? So to solve for the cost, so yung babayaran natin ay, siyempre, gaano ba kalaki ang na-consume mong power? Okay? Or na-convert na electrical potential energy ng mga appliances mo into other forms of energy. At gaano mo at ano ba ang charge per kilowatt hour? Okay, so dito, ang na-consume na electrical or ang na-consume na power or electrical energy in kilowatt hour is 108. So 108 kilowatt hours times ano ba ang charge ng electrical company or electric power company per kilowatt hours. So, ang binigay dito ay 5 pesos and 19 centavos. Okay, so just multiply the power consumption to the charge. Okay, 5 pesos and 19 centavos per kilowatt hour. So we can cancel the unit. Okay, so 108 times 5.19. Okay, so ang charge or cost of the 108 kilowatt hour power consumption is 560.52. Okay, 560. Okay, so this is the cost. 560.52. So, tingnan natin. So, the answer is letter C. Okay, so this time, try nyong isolve ang number 17. After 1 month, Mr. Haniel received his electric bill for the month of December. His total electric power consumption was 150 kilowatt hours. So, wala kasing pasok, bakasyon, so maraming gumagamit ng mga appliances sa bahay, so maghapon yung television, so nag-increase yung power consumption from 108 to 150 kilowatt hours. He was surprised with the cost of his electric bill. How much was Mr. Haniel's electric bill for the month of December if the electric company charges a flat rate of 5 pesos and 19 centavos per kilowatt hour? After 1 month, Mr. Haniel received his electric bill for the month of December. His total electric power consumption was 150 kilowatt hours. He was surprised when the cost of with the cost of his electric bill. How much was Mr. Haniel's electric bill for the month of December if the electric company charges a flat rate of 5 pesos and 19 centavos per kilowatt hour? So, let's do the same process. To solve for the cost, let's multiply the power consumption to the charge. So 150 times 5 pesos and 19 centavos or 5.19. So the answer is 778.50. Pero tandaan natin, ito ay cost nung nagamit nating or na-convert ng mga appliances na electrical potential energy or electric power consumption. Pero, in reality, more than the 778 pesos and 50 centavos ang pinabayaran natin because of the other charges na binibigay ng electric company. Okay? So, that's it. For more ALS Reviewer videos, please like and subscribe in this YouTube channel.